a little ugly out there. I think this would be a fair statement, especially in the first half. But, second half, some things started to come together. We warmed down a little bit. And, it wasn't much flow to the game tonight. But, look, it's an exhibition. It's October 30th, and I certainly wasn't expecting a masterpiece, and we didn't get one. But I like this team. I think we've got some pieces, but we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I think that's probably the best way to say it.
Give us the positives and the negatives.
Well, I'll start with the negatives. We out-rebounded them by 1. I felt like that was a team we should have dominated on the boards. They had 12 offensive rebounds. I mean, that can't happen against a team that's not as long, not as athletic, not as big. It just so I thought the rebounding was, somebody asked me, we lost, I think, 22 rebounds out of last year's lineup due to graduation, and how are you going to replace it? And I said, I'm not sure, and I guess I'm still not sure, because that's something we have to do a better job of. It's one area that we talk about a lot. I thought in the second half we turned it over a little bit more. I thought first half we had 4 turnovers. We've really been taking care of the ball for the most part, something we've really been emphasizing. But in the second half I thought we turned it over. And then I thought our post defense and our digging on the post was really poor tonight. Now, a lot of the credit goes to Mines. They've got some good post players in there, especially for Division II players. I mean, they can bounce us down and score over pretty darn well. But I look at those 3 areas as the negatives. The positives were we competed and we made plays when we had to. I thought we were very unselfish, had 19 assists on 33 baskets. I think that's a number we can all live with, and I thought we competed. But again, so much room for improvement. But I thought we really shared the ball offensively and kind of warmed down a little bit.
Coach, this is the first time you've had an exhibition, like not in a closed setting during your tenure. I know one of the things you wanted was just the young guys to be under the lights and so forth.
Yep.
Do you feel good about the exposure they got out there?
Yeah, I think now you know why I don't like to play exhibitions. I'd rather that happen behind closed doors than out in front of the public. But look, it's an opportunity for our young guys to play under the lights, and again, I've got great respect for Prior Orser and Colorado School of Mines. They won 30 games last year, went to the Elite 8, won their league, won their conference tournament. I mean, he's a good coach, and they have good players. I mean, number 30 is as good a shooter as we're going to see all year. We did a great job on him in the second half. First half, we let him get loose a little bit. We knew that going in, that he was one of their weapons. So, again, there were some positive things that came from this, but it's October 30th. I think you talk to any coach in the country right now, especially one that has 7 freshmen, out there. Look, there was the lineups. You can't play 13 guys. There was no flow. That was my fault. I wanted to give everybody a chance, kind of show what they could do, but we're going to have to get our rotation whittled down a little bit. And right now, that's hard to do because nobody really stood out. We've had a couple guys that have stood out, but we need to get a little bit more cohesiveness in terms of rotation. We will.
This was a chance for experimentation then to
Yes.
see what kind of guys you wanted to play.
Yeah, and not even guys to play with certain guys. It's more just like, hey, here's your 3 minutes. Let's see what you're going to do. Here's your 5 minutes. Let's see what you're going to do. Here's your 2 minutes. And I told them before we took the court, everybody's going to play. Don't count the time. Make the time count. And we're going to learn a lot by watching this film. And that's the biggest thing with this team is we've spent, I think up until today, if I add up all the time we've been in the film room, it's between 5.5 and 6 hours we've spent in the film room with these guys. That's a lot of time. We have to, now it's in 20-minute increments, but we've got to really take that and take what we're learning in there and apply it on the court. And the quicker we can do that, the quicker we'll improve as a group. And right now, it feels like we need to watch film. We need to do drills to create habits. We need to play 5-on-5 to get in shape and learn how the game's going to be played. I mean, need a lot of time. And, but look, that's why I say it's a lot to do in a short time to get it done.
Coach, you just mentioned the surplus of freshmen you had this season. Can you describe what you saw from them tonight and their contributions, specifically from McKinley Wright and Tyler Bay?
I think McKinley did some good things. McKinley did not play as well as McKinley is capable of playing, and he knows that. He's going to be a terrific player for us as this season unfolds. Again, got to get his turnover number down. And again, he's got to learn what he can get away with at this level, what he can't. And then Tyler Bay, I thought, did some really good things. Tyler Bay is as talented a player, I think, as I've ever coached in terms of his length and athleticism, and he's got great instincts. He just has to learn to be disciplined and learn habits of basketball. And when those two things kick in for Tyler Bay, he's as good as any player in the Pac-12, I mean, in terms of what he can do on the court, because he's very, very talented. So some good things, but again, a lot of things that need to be shored up.
Coach, I'm the young guys. Some mistakes, no doubt, but a lot of them showed great amount of confidence tonight against the competition. How much of a positive is that for you guys?
Well, we need to play with confidence. I mean, these guys are good players. I want them to. I don't want them when they make a mistake. I don't want their heads to go down. I want them to stay positive. And look, we'll get on them the next day and film. But like, you got to go to the next play. And I think our guys did a pretty good job of that tonight. You got to have a short memory out on the basketball floor because it's a quick-moving game.
Coach, I know you're going to play everyone regardless, but what was the thinking with having Alex Strating in the starting lineup?
Couldn't come up with a fifth guy, Pat. Bottom line. And Alex does everything you ask him to do. We had an inter-squad the other day. He only played 9 minutes. He played the fewest minutes of any scholarship player. So, Alex, go see what you can do. Throw him out there. I mean, it was 4 starters and the 5th spot. I couldn't make a case for anybody else. Not that I could make a case for Alex, but at least I'm giving him a shot. And so I've got great respect. You know, you look at the play he made at the beginning of the second half, saving a possession, going out of bounds. I mean, those are the kind of things that Alex does that I appreciate, that I think his teammates appreciate. And so always good to have a guy like that in the lineup. But that 5th starting spot is wide open, and it's waiting to be had. And it's gonna, but this is the kind of team, guys. You're gonna see guys play themselves into the starting lineup, and you may see some guys play themselves out and back in. And I mean, I've got to be flexible enough as a coach to, and again, getting a rotation down would be really, really helpful. But this is going to be one of those teams where there's a lot of options out there. And so you got to bring it every day and play with a level of consistency, which, again, for so many freshmen, is hard to do. What I'd like to see is our seniors be rock solid, so we know we can count on George King, Dom Collier, Torrey Miller every night, and then plug in the freshmen based on who's playing well. That'd be ideal for this team.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
All right,